The John Deere 180SL, 220SL, and 260SL PrecisionCut and 220 E-Cut Walk Greens Mowers provide a fine quality of cut. This video will help you mow with these easy-to-operate greens mowers safely and effectively. Section 1 of the video provides operation instructions, and Section 2 provides information on periodic maintenance and cutting unit adjustments. Since we won't cover everything in this video you need to know, be sure to read the printed operator's manual provided with your machine before mowing on the golf course. The operator's manual is available in Spanish as well as other languages. Please contact your distributor if other languages are needed. This DVD also contains a Spanish version of this video. We'll start Section 1 with a look at the operating controls on the SL and 220 E-Cut Walk Greens Mowers. Unless otherwise noted, the information in this section covers all three SL Walk Greens Mowers as well as the 220 E-Cut Walk Greens Mower. A word about safety. You are responsible for your own safety and the safety of those around you. Safety should be the first thing you think of when operating any machine on the golf course. On all John Deere walk mowers, the controls move forward for operation. This is the operator presence bail. You must always hold the bail against the handlebar when mowing or transporting. To the right of the operator presence bail is the travel clutch lever. To mow or transport, push the operator presence bail forward, and then push the travel lever forward to engage the clutch. To stop the mower, always release the operator presence bail. When you release the bail, the travel clutch automatically disengages and the reel stops spinning. However, the engine will continue to run. This is a safety system that stops the mower from continuing forward if you should trip or fall. Never disengage the travel clutch lever by hand. On the right side above the travel clutch lever is the throttle lever. Move it forward to increase engine speed and rate of travel, and pull it back to reduce engine speed. On the left side of the handlebar is the parking brake lever. Push it forward to disengage the brake, and pull it back to engage the brake. In the center of the handlebar is the run-stop switch. Push the switch forward to start the engine, and back to turn the engine off. On SL Series mowers, you engage the reel using the yellow reel clutch handle on the left of the engine. Turn the handle forward to engage the reel, and turn it back 180 degrees to disengage the reel. On the 220 E-Cut, engage the reel using the PTO switch found on the center of the handlebar. Push the switch forward to engage the reel and back to disengage the reel. The 220 E-Cut has an onboard electric controller diagnostic system. When you start the engine, this indicator lamp on the handlebar cover will flash momentarily to let you know the electric control system is activated. If the control system senses an error or malfunction, the diagnostic light will flash an error code. See the operator's manual for specific information on the diagnostic system. On the left side of the engine on the 220 E-Cut is the reel directional switch, which controls the direction of reel rotation. Push the switch forward to mow and flip it back to reverse the reel for backlapping. Under the handlebar on the 220 E-Cut is the frequency of clip adjuster. Your supervisor should preset this adjuster so the frequency of clip matches the putting green conditions. See the operator's manual for more information on the frequency of clip adjustment. On the SL and 220 E-Cut walks, you can adjust the handlebar to match the operator's height. Just loosen the nut on each side of the machine. Reposition the handlebar tab into one of the 4 available slots and retighten the nut on both sides. To remove the grass catchers on the 220 E-Cut, park the mower safely on a flat surface. Engage the brake and turn off the engine. Push the link handle in and remove it from the support bracket. Then pivot the catcher back and pull it from the slots on the cutting unit end housings. To install the catcher, slide the catcher rods down into the slots and hook the link handle onto the catcher and bracket support. In this part, we'll show you how to start and operate the SL and 220 E-Cut Walk Greens mowers. But first, remember that it's a good practice to wear safety glasses, sturdy work shoes, and long pants when mowing or doing maintenance work on the Walk Greens mowers. Before starting the engine, always check the oil level. Park the mower on a level surface. Wipe and reinsert the stick. Then remove the stick again. If there is oil on the stick, the oil level is good. Wipe off any accumulated debris and moisture to prevent fuel system contamination. Then remove the fuel cap and make sure there's enough fuel in the tank for the day's mowing. If needed, add fuel up to the bottom of the filler neck. Do not overfill the tank. To start the engine, make sure the clutch lever is all the way back, and make sure the drive reel is disengaged. Turn the stop switch to on and set the throttle halfway. Open the fuel shutoff valve and set the choke to the closed position. Pull the recoil starter rope and guide the rope back to the engine to keep from damaging it. As the engine warms, open the choke. Do not hold the operator presence pail against the handlebar when you're starting the engine. If the clutch is engaged, the machine will move when the engine starts. If you transport the mower out to the course on a trailer, be sure that it is properly secured before driving. Out on the course, remove the mower from the trailer. Push down on the handle to raise the front roller and reel off of the ground. Continue to hold the operator presence pail against the handlebar, and gently push the clutch lever forward to transport to the T or green. Park the mower safely and survey the green or T complex for potential hazards. Remove any sticks, stones, paper, and any other debris from the green. And remove the flag stick and place it away from the mowing area. Also move bunker rakes, irrigation hoses, and anything else that could cause you to trip while you mow. When mowing, always slow down and use extra care near bunkers, water hazards, drop-offs, and on hillsides. Do not mow where traction or stability is questionable. Be sure of your footing while mowing, as reduced footing could cause slipping that could result in injury or death. For this machine, mow across hillsides, not up and down. Your supervisor will likely have you cut in a different direction every time the greens are mowed. Generally, you'll be making parallel passes back and forth on the green, with a cleanup pass around the outside edge of the green. To mow, start the engine, engage the clutch, and position the mower onto the green facing the direction you will be mowing. Keep the front roller off the ground while positioning the mower to avoid accidentally mowing the taller grass around the green. On SL series mowers, push the reel engagement lever forward to engage the reel so it rotates when you engage the traction clutch. To engage the reel on the 220 E-Cut mower, push the PTO switch on the handlebar to the forward position. To mow, raise the throttle, engage the clutch, and gently lower the front roller onto the surface to make your first pass. When mowing, guide the mower across the green by holding onto the sides of the handlebar, or by holding your hands under the bar and lifting it slightly to keep the bar centered in the slot between the bumpers. Never push down on the top of the handlebar while mowing, as it will affect the cutting height. If you are a beginner, mow at a slower engine speed. The frequency of clip and cut quality remains the same, no matter how fast or slow your ground speed. As you're learning how to make turns, you should slow down by moving the throttle back. When you reach the collar, push the handlebar down. Pivot the mower slightly to the outside, and then steer the mower around to your inside hand, and turn up the throttle to continue on your next pass. It's important to mow straight lines. To make sure your first pass is straight, pick an object like a tree and mow straight toward it. To help you keep mowing straight lines, use this mark on the grass catcher as a guide to help you align the mower with your previous pass across the green. While you're mowing, watch for things like fluid leaks, mud, or debris caught in the front roller, or between the drive drum and frame, and look for uneven cutting. Also, listen for unusual noises. Stay aware of any problem that could damage the turf or the mower. If you suspect a problem, stop mowing, turn the engine off, and engage the park brake and inspect the mower. After you mow the center portion of the green, you'll mow a perimeter or cleanup pass or two around the outside edge. Mow the cleanup pass carefully to avoid cutting into the taller grass surrounding the green. When you're finished mowing, raise the front roller as you walk off the green and release the operator presence bail to disengage the main clutch. Turn off the reel drive and then transport back to the trailer. Before loading onto the trailer, raise the rear of the mower and flip the stand down to attach the transport wheels. Just squeeze the latch and slide the wheels onto the shaft. They're interchangeable, so you don't have to remember which is right or left. Before leaving the green, be sure to replace the flagstick. Now, some information on using the optional Greens Tender Conditioner, or GTC. The GTC slices stolons to promote new growth and cleanly slices through grass to eliminate runners and control grain. If your mower has a GTC, your supervisor will specify when to use it. To position the GTC, loosen the T-handle, move it from the detent position, and then retighten the T-handle. On SL walk mowers, engage the GTC by rotating this lever to the up position. On the 220 E-Cut, engage the GTC by moving the engagement lever half a rotation. Before storing the mower, you should do some daily maintenance. Wait for the engine to cool and use low-pressure water spray to wash the cutting unit. Avoid high water pressure, which could force water and debris into the bearings. After washing, lubricate the reel and roller bearings. Greasing these fittings purges debris and water from the bearings. Also, lubricate the drive control linkage. For a complete lubrication schedule, check the operator's manual. Before storing the greens mower, recheck the engine oil. And fill the gas tank to the bottom of the filler neck. In Section 2, we'll cover periodic maintenance and cutting unit adjustments. The 220 E-Cut Walk Greens Mower has limit chains on each side that run from the mower to the cutting unit. You can adjust the chains to control how much the cutting unit will contour and steer while mowing, and to control the amount of rear roller drop when you lift the unit during a turn. Initially, the chains are connected to the upper chain anchor studs at the 7th link, and the anchor studs are centered in the slots. This provides maximum float and rear roller drop. To limit floating, steering, and to reduce rear roller drop during turns, loosen the upper chain anchor studs and slide them further back into the slots and retighten. You can also shorten the chains to 6 links and reposition the anchor studs as needed. See the operator's manual for more specific instructions. Now we'll show you how to adjust and maintain the SL Walk Greens Mower cutting unit for optimal performance. For information on adjusting the 220 E-Cut cutting unit, see our QA5 and QA7 cutting unit adjustment video or the operator's manual for instructions. Before making cutting unit adjustments, remember the blades are very sharp. Stay away from the reel blades when the engine is running. Shut off the engine before doing any maintenance. Always wear gloves to protect your hands when adjusting the cutting unit. Backlapping maintains sharp edges on the reel and bed knife. It is not for establishing edges on a dull reel. To backlap, park the mower on level ground and engage the brake. On the SL mowers, remove the cover on the end of the reel and attach a backlapping motor to rotate the reel backwards. The 220 E-Cut has a built-in reel directional switch for backlapping. To backlap the 220 E-Cut, start the engine and adjust the throttle to low or medium speed and turn the reel directional switch to the backlap position. Then engage the PTO switch to start the reel rotating. On all walk mowers, apply the backlapping compound with a long-handled brush uniformly from one end of the reel to the other while the reel rotates in reverse. When the blades are sharp, wash the reel thoroughly with water. After backlapping, readjust the bed knife to reel clearance. Turn off the engine before making any cutting unit adjustments, and wear work gloves to protect your hands. To adjust the bed knife to reel clearance, loosen the locking screw on both sides. Then turn the adjusting knobs counterclockwise to increase or clockwise to decrease the bed knife to reel clearance. Set the clearance at a minimum of 1/1000th of an inch and test the setting with a 1/1000th of an inch feeler gauge. Repeat the process on the opposite side. Then go back and recheck the side of the cutting unit you adjusted initially. When the bed knife to reel adjustment is set, tighten the locking screws. Then recheck the clearance to be sure that it is consistent across the entire length of the bed knife and reel. Check the mower periodically to make sure the reel and rear drum are parallel. To adjust the rear drum and make it parallel with the reel, remove the side cover to access the bearing housing. Loosen the two bearing housing nuts. Turn the eccentric to raise or lower one end of the roller. And then check using a feeler gauge to make sure it is less than 4/1000th of an inch or 1 millimeter and tighten the nuts. Now you can set the height of cut. The SL Walk Greens mowers feature the Speed Link system that lets you make the height of cut adjustment from either side of the reel. To start, remove the Speed Link from the storage location above the shield and place it between the roller adjusters. Rest the gauge bar against the front roller approximately 2 inches or 51 millimeters from the end of the bed knife, making sure to hook the bolt head over the lip of the bed knife. Attach a 5/8 inch or 16 millimeter socket to a cordless power drill, speed wrench, or socket wrench. Do not use impact wrenches, which could damage the mower. Turn the adjuster up or down until the gauge bar exerts light pressure on the front roller. There is a graphic next to the adjustment bolt that tells you the direction to turn the adjuster. Turn the adjuster toward the tall grass to raise the height of cut, or turn the adjuster toward the short grass to lower the height. Remove the gauge bar and check the opposite end of the reel to make sure both sides are set at the same height of cut. If the height of cut needs adjustment side to side, pull against the spring tension speed link bar to disconnect it from the hex coupling, and then place the bar back in the storage location above the shield. Then, using the gauge bar, turn the adjuster until the height of cut is equal on both sides of the cutting unit. Next, we'll adjust the depth of the greens tender conditioner. First, make sure each side of the GTC is lowered to the down position. Start the GTC setting at your height of cut and check the results on the green. The maximum recommended depth is 1/32nd of an inch or 0.79 millimeters below the cutting height. Rest the gauge bar against the front roller and use a 13 millimeter or half-inch wrench or socket to turn the lock nut adjusters, which are located on each side of the GTC. The final setting will vary depending on your course conditions. When not operating the GTC, rotate it to the up position and disengage the gear drive. The SL and 220 E-Cut Walk Greens mowers are easy to operate and provide an unmatched quality of cut. With proper operation and regular maintenance, using genuine John Deere parts and lubricants, you'll get years of service from your investment. Remember, the information provided here is only an overview. Be sure to read your operator's manual before operating, servicing, or making any adjustments. And, most important, always think safety when operating or maintaining these machines. If you have any questions or problems, be sure to contact your local John Deere distributor. Thank you for watching.